Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. It's Sunday, the 20th of August, and it's just after 1 o'clock. This is my website, forexforsteadyprofit.com, and my member center, where I look at about another 15 pairs, other than the pairs that I put up on the daily video. So I don't know if you want to give that a look at, and we'll move on now. This is the Commitment of Traders report on COP base and the Australian dollar. I'm going to do this in 3 parts this week because it's just too much to do it in one. We are at an extreme on the this is the Australian dollar. We're in extreme on the commercials and on the speculators. We've actually seen the Australian dollar come off the highs, and the commercials got out of some of their shorts. We've popped back up, and they've actually put a little bit more short in. So we'll just pop over to the chart and have a look. This is a monthly chart, and here with the brown line we see the monthly turning points, and this is high resistance. We also have a some more resistance here. That's another turning point, very small there, and this one here which brought on this big fall that we see. Okay, there we go, a little bit of resistance across here, and this is, if we go back now weekly, we've got a little bit of weekly support. This is support, not resistance here. So go back now onto a daily chart. We're actually, well, there we go, that's better, that's more what I'm used to. We've just had 2 or 3 days where obviously we've had a little bit of weakness on the dollar after the Friday's figures, and we've had a little bit of a pullback after this few days of red candles that we've had here. We've got heavy resistance to the north. I think this is basically a fairly good sell position from here. The commercials have a short ratio of 5.53 to 1. Speculators are long at 2.77, and we're just above the 50 on the RSI, but below the resistance. So you know, I think this is just going to carry on through down. We'll see where that goes anyway. Here's the pound, and we'll get back to the British pound. Yeah, we're sort of basically as bearish as we have been for a long time, and we've just lifted up a little bit off the bottom and got a bit more bullish. The pound has fallen down, and we're about the 129 level at the moment. I think it might just follow through to the 128, which is about what I was expecting. From there, I think we'll be looking to buy back up. So if we just have a quick look at the chart, we have support here at the 127.845, and a little bit of weekly resistance at the 129.223. So if you just have a look on the chart, there's a little bit of resistance there. So we're actually expecting it to short a little bit more. It's just above the 50 on the weekly chart. So let's go back to the daily chart. On the daily chart, we're coming down to the Bollinger Band, and we're just above this support. So we have a commercial ratio of 1.42 to 1 long. I think this is going to come back down a little bit more though onto this support before it makes its way back up. So I'm hanging fire with this. We'll see how that goes. Canadian dollar. Right, well, we've gone really bearish on these, and as we've come back, Canadian dollar, as we can see at this position here, the commercials have started heavily adding in to their short position. So just as we reached here, they started to add in, and they've added at this position here, which means that it's been reported here. So they have gone heavily bearish there, and as we can see, we've seen the Canadian dollar sell off a little bit, and they have actually sold some of those shorts. From there, we've actually gained a little bit. Now, I would expect that the commercials will have actually added to their short positions. So next week, we've got even more shorts. If we just have a look at the chart, USD CAD. This is a monthly chart, and you can see you've got a historic monthly turning point just here. You've got a lot of resistance or support just there, and you've got tops of candles across there, and just there. So this is quite a powerful resistance line that we've got. Go back down onto a weekly chart. You've got a weekly turning point there, and quite a bit of resistance across there. So go back down. There we go. So this is quite a powerful resistance line that we've got here. We've bounced off it about 3 or 4 times. We've come down. It's a temporary measure as far as I'm concerned. I see this as a good buying position. We are just below the 50 on the RSI. The commercials have a long ratio of 2.16 to 1. So we're expecting this just to pop back up, and actually from where it is, if it's down this far by Tuesday, I'm expecting more commercial buying of this pair. So that's how we're looking for this. We have actually lost quite a lot of the shorts for the Canadian dollar this week, and as you can see, when you came up back to Tuesday, you'd actually come up to this resistance. I was expecting it to come back down. I'd expect those to be added in by next week. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. And the next one I want to have a look at is the Euro USD. Wherever that is, that's just there. The Euro USD. Yeah. So basically, as we've come off the highs, the commercials have taken a little bit of profit. So I'm expecting this really to follow through. If you look at the tops of the candles here, we've had downside. I might expect we'll have a look at the chart, but obviously we're still well oversold. We're at an extreme limit. But we're getting a little bit of sideways movement at the top of the chart. Where's the euro? There we go. So this is a monthly chart. As you can see, I've got this brown line on here. That's a monthly turning point. Quite a lot of support there and there, resistance there, and quite a lot of resistance there. And then the last candle, we actually came off and we went down. We shorted quite a long way. So if we go back onto the daily and made the candles a bit bigger, not that big, but just a bit bigger. I did actually have a couple of trades on this last week, and I did quite nicely. It is coming down, but I think like we're going to have another pop-up up to this resistance line, and if we do, I'll be going in short again. So that's the way I feel about that. We've got a commercial short ratio of 1.59 even to 1. So we'll see what happens, but I feel any pullback back up to this resistance up here is a sell, and that's what I'll be doing next week, and having a little bit more fun. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Cheers now. Bye.